Hi class, I have decided to make this little video just to walk you through the things you need to do in order to submit a successful final project part 1. This is your product overview paper. So I have here the rubric as assigned in our class. Here are the guidelines. So this is the part 1 document. So we know the overview, we know the prompt, and if you realize you have already worked in a couple of milestones, look right here. We submitted in Module 2 the SWOT analysis, and in Module 3 we submitted the market analysis. So now this is what you need to do. You have here, how is this paper divided? You have an initial overview, where you're going to discuss the market factors. You're going to talk about the SWOT analysis. Then you're going to talk about the target market analysis. This part, you already have done it. So this is basically going to be plugging in the information that you have already worked on. Now, the key to success on this piece is go back to your paper, check the feedback you got, and make the necessary changes. Don't make the mistake of submitting something with the same mistakes, if you had any, that you did at the beginning. The SWOT analysis was submitted in a discussion board in Module 2, and the target market analysis, that was a paper submitted by each of you. What you're going to have to add is the marketing strategy. And right here, it tells you exactly what do you need to do. You need to identify the most important marketing strategies that you would recommend the company uses. You're going to have to outline the 4 Ps and the strategies for each of them, and how are you going to use these 4 Ps to inform your strategies. And identify one marketing strategy you would recommend that the company avoid. So what is it that you would say never engage on this activity, and explain it. And finally, outline the 4 Ps for the strategies that you are not recommending. So if you realize this paper is about giving a company strategies based on their 4 Ps and how to be successful with them, and at the same time being able to recognize what wouldn't work for the company and how you can identify this in the 4 Ps. So sometimes these rubric papers can be confusing. These milestones, milestone 1, milestone 2 is what we just talked about. You already did it. Now you're working in this final submission product overview. Remember that you have to incorporate these 2 parts, and I'm going to show you an example. Another thing to take into account is the rubric that I'm going to use to grade. So make sure that as you write each piece of the paper, that you can check off here and say, oh yes, I have enough examples. This is going to be an exemplary statement. No, I'm on the proficient weight, or I probably need improvement. So this is a guide for you to be successful and obtain as many points as possible. Okay, so now let's go here to an example. In the model, you had been given this example, and just to show it here, I'm gonna go back here to model 4, model 5, and when you scroll here on the assignment, if you click this where it says Tip Top Bakery Market Overview, this is an example of a completed document that has already been given to you. So you can read this, and that will serve you as a guide of what needs to be done. So this is just the paper. Right here they have a little introduction to the company. They have here the SWOT analysis of the company. And like I said before, you have already done this. Just make sure that the weakness that you mentioned is really a weakness. The opportunity that you mentioned is really an opportunity. So check back on the feedback that you got. Then you have here the strategies on how to focus either on strengths or on the opportunities. So you need to go through and read this whole document to get a very good idea. Then we have the target market analysis. If you start reading here, the primary target analysis for the new-to-go sandwiches is business professionals, and they give a whole explanation of demographics, geographics, psychographics. So make sure that you don't miss any of this information. Not all of the papers of the target market analysis were 100% satisfactory when they were submitted. So go and check the feedback that was provided to you and improve this so that you can get the best points possible. Now, right here, they start with the strategies. Where should they focus and what marketing strategies to do? So again, by reading this paper, you're going to have a very good example of what to do. Check this out. With references and with the cover page, this paper only has 6 pages. So basically there's 2 that have no really information on the paper. One is the cover page, the other one is the references. Both pages important, but not cover any of the information that you are required to do. So basically this 6 pages paper converts into 4 of rich real information. Of these 4 pages, at least 2 you already have the information. So you have this paper already worked through half of it. Now, another thing to remember is that together here you also have a template. Please use the template because it's going to make your life very easy in terms of how do I start a second paragraph? What type of information do I need to put? Do I need 3 or 4 paragraphs of target market analysis? No, you don't. So by using the template, you're going to be able to follow up the structure that you should have on your paper. And I have opened it here. When you download this, you just need to say, okay, enable editing. And of course, remember to delete everything that appears in red, right? So you have here the formatting and then start your paper. Let's look here. Cover page. Basically, the 2 pages here are just instructions for you. And here it comes. Introduction. In your opening paragraph, very briefly introduce the purpose of your product, of your paper. Describe the company and what product the company is launching. 3 or 4 sentences are sufficient. So, I mean, this is the key for you to be successful. Paragraph 1, using the content from your milestone 1 work, discussion forum from model 2, include a revised and completed tool matrix. So that's what I already told you. Paragraph 2, you're going to be talking about the target market analysis, information about the demographics, psychographics. So right here, they're telling you exactly what to do. Paragraph 3, identify and describe the specific wants and needs of the target market. Remember that you're focusing on the segment of the target market that would be interested in buying the new product. This is also from your week 3 paper. And then on paragraph 4, what are the marketing strategies that you are going to recommend? And on paragraph 6, the marketing strategy that you would say, please avoid it. Finally, conclusion. The conclusion of your paper is what seals the deal. It has to be strong. In one single paragraph, you have to convince the reader of your whole document. You have to convince the reader that each strategy that you have laid out is valid and that it's going to make a successful company. So by following this template, you are going to have at least 50% of your way out to a successful paper. Having said this, this is basically all what you need to do. Make sure that you contact the writing center if necessary. Right here you have the link to contact them. what they will do is they will read the paper, they will review it, and then check with you if there is any type of format. I mean, they're really good to help you with a content, and they know the paper that you have to submit, so they are going to be able to catch on little details that might have missed your eye or attention, and they are going to bring it up to you so that you can submit a very successful paper. So I hope that with this information you get to submit a great paper, and if you have any question, please do not hesitate to talk to me. Bye.